Hey guys, welcome back to House of Terror and happy Labor Day, even though you guys are watching this on September the 4th. So yeah, I decided to post a video for September 4th. Yeah, you guys are watching this on September the 4th. But anyway, happy Labor Day. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night, whatever you guys are doing. And I hope you guys are all having a great holiday too. Tonight's video, I'm going to be telling you guys, okay, 5 scary stalker stories. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys 5 scary stalker stories. So yeah, I did want to post a video tonight for Labor Day, which is on September 4th. And yeah, tonight's video is going to be 5 scary stalker stories. And before I start the video, I got something to snack on. Okay, I got some vanilla and chocolate ice cream in a bowl. So yeah, I got some ice cream to eat in a bowl. Okay, now, on with the video. Story number 1. There was a girl who was sitting at home at night waiting for her boyfriend to come back home from work. So yeah, her boyfriend was at work that night, and she was sitting at home watching a scary horror film while waiting for her boyfriend to return home from work. While she's sitting on a couch watching a scary horror film, she suddenly heard something outside. She had a feeling that somebody was watching her, so she just tried to ignore it. And suddenly her phone rang. It was her boyfriend. He was telling her that he will be home in about an hour. And he told her that he loves her before he hung up. So the girlfriend went to the kitchen to go make her some supper, which means dinner, by the way. So while she's making dinner, she suddenly hears the weird sound again, but she still tried to ignore it. She goes back on the couch to sit down and eat her dinner. And she still keep hearing the weird sound. So she still ignores it, and as she's eating her dinner. Excuse me. I'm sorry I did that, so excuse me. So yeah, she hears the weird sound again, but she ignores it and just eat her dinner and watch her horror film. So also she received another phone call from her boyfriend. He said that he'll be home in a couple of minutes. So she was happy her boyfriend was coming home in a couple of minutes. And okay, when she looked outside, she saw a strange man standing in her front yard. And she was being stalked by a man outside her front yard. So she dials the phone and calls the police. And when the police arrived, they arrested the man because he's been stalking the girl. So yeah, he been stalking this girl. And the police officers told her that everything was going to be okay and that he was taken into custody. She received another phone call from her boyfriend saying that he's on his way back home. So she breathed a sigh of relief because she was happy her boyfriend was returning home from work. And the police did left. They did leave the house. I had to eat some more of my ice cream. So, her boyfriend was finally on his way home from work, and the police did take the strange man to jail. So yeah, the strange man went to jail, so he never had to bother this girl ever again. So the girlfriend never saw the strange man ever again. Her boyfriend makes it back home from work, and she was telling him that she was being stalked by a strange man outside their front yard. So yeah, she was telling her boyfriend that she was being stalked by a strange man in their front yard. The boyfriend was shocked when his girlfriend told him what happened. Yeah, he was shocked that his girlfriend told him what happened. But she never saw the strange man ever again. Yeah, the boyfriend was shocked of what his girlfriend told him, but at least she never saw the man ever again. Story number 2. There was a man who was sitting at home waiting for his wife and his kids to come back from the store. So yeah, his wife and his kids went to the store that night to go get something to eat for dinner. They actually went to go pick up a pizza. They went to go pick up a frozen pizza for them to eat for dinner at the store. So yeah, the the man went outside to go sit on the patio, and suddenly he saw something across the street. He saw a strange man across the street looking at him, so he reached for the phone to call the police. When the police arrived, they took this strange man to jail because he was stalking this man while he was waiting for his wife and his kids to come back home from the store. Okay, and when the wife and kids returned home from the store, they're wondering why is there a police car at the house. So, the police officers told the wife and kids that the husband was being stalked by a strange man. The kids were shocked when the police officer told them that the husband was being stalked by a man. So, the man was safe from the strange man that was stalking him, and they went inside the house to eat some frozen pizza. They all sat at the table to eat some frozen pizza for dinner that night. And the man never saw that strange man. I mean, the husband never saw that strange man ever again. Yep, he definitely not saw that strange. He never saw a strange man ever again. Okay, I had to eat some more of my ice cream because it is melting. So, the wife, the husband, and the kids were sitting at the table eating frozen pizza for dinner, and they never saw the strange man ever again. Yeah, this man was being stalked. I mean, the husband was being stalked by this strange man. Yeah, he was stalked by a strange man, and he never saw the strange man ever again. This ice cream is so yummy. Okay, all of my ice cream is gone because it was starting to melt. So I had to hurry up and eat the rest before I start the other stories. Okay. Let's get on to story number 3. A young couple were sitting outside on the patio. Okay, so while they were sitting on the patio outside, suddenly they had a feeling that somebody was watching them. So yeah, they had a feeling that they were being watched. So yeah, somebody was watching this young couple. So yeah, they also heard a weird sound while they're sitting on the patio outside. Okay, so also they saw a set of red eyes looking at them through the house across the street that no one hasn't lived in years, because their house was across the street from an old house that has not been lived in for years. So yeah, they did hear a weird sound and they saw a set of red eyes looking at them across the street from the empty house that no one has lived in for years. So they both went back inside the house feeling scared. So yeah, they went back inside the house feeling scared. And yeah, the house across the street from them has not been lived in for years. Cause it looks like no one hasn't lived in that house in a long time. So the young couple were too scared to go back outside because of the house across the street from them. And because they saw a set of red eyes looking at them like it was stalking them or something. It feels like the young couple were being stalked by somebody in that old house. So yeah, the couple did not go back outside because they were too afraid to. Yeah, they're too afraid to go back outside to sit on the patio. So the boyfriend and his girlfriend just stayed inside the house, never to go never to go back outside. Yeah, they did not go back outside. All right. Number 4. Story number 4. Four girls were sitting at home all by themselves, having a get together. The four girls were at home all by themselves, having a get together. They had some pizza and they watched a scary horror movie on TV. One of the girls had to go step outside to go make a phone call to her father. While she was making a phone call to her father, she heard somebody outside calling her name. Yeah, suddenly she heard somebody outside calling her name. She thought it was one of her friends messing with her, but they were in the house. So yeah, she had a feeling that somebody was calling her name and stalking her. So she went back inside the house and closed the door and locked it. Her friends asked her what was wrong, and she was telling them that somebody was outside calling her name and stalking her. So yeah, she had a feeling that somebody was outside stalking her, but she had no idea who or what was outside calling her name. But she was too afraid to go step outside because she had a feeling she was being stalked, and watched at the same time. Mhm. So yeah, the girl did not want to go back outside, but she did not go back outside because somebody was outside stalking her and calling her name. So she stayed inside the house with her three friends. So they just sat on a couch eating some pizza and watching a scary horror film on TV that night. Yeah, they did watch a scary horror film on TV that night during their get together. Okay, and one of the girls looked out the window and she gasped. They asked her what was wrong, and she told them that there is a man outside wearing a jacket. So they all looked out the window and they all gasped when they saw a man stalking them because he was standing in the middle of the street stalking the house. So yeah, he was standing in the middle of the street stalking the four girls while they're in their house. So one of the girls reached for a phone to call the police. They heard police sirens outside, and they went outside, and the police officers arrested the man. They arrested the strange man because he'd been stalking them. The police officer told them that everything was going to be okay, and they never have to see this man ever again because he was taken into police custody. Yeah, he was taken to police custody and he was sent to jail, and the four girls never saw or heard him again. And they got back to their get together and their horror film on TV with their pizza. They never saw the strange man ever again because he was taken to jail and police custody. Yeah, the four girls did not have to see that strange man ever again. Okay, now the last story. Story number 5. Number 5. There was two men. Two men were sitting on the porch outside drinking a bottle of beer. While they're drinking a bottle of beer, they had a feeling that somebody was watching them because these two men live by the woods. So yeah, these two men did live by the woods. And they had a feeling somebody was watching them. Somebody was in the woods watching them while they're drinking beer. Because they heard something coming from the woods. They probably thought it was an animal. While they're drinking their beer, they still have a feeling somebody was in the woods watching them and stalking them. Because they heard a rustling sound and rustling noise in the woods. They were feeling terrified. So they got their beer bottles and they went back inside the house. And they locked the door behind them because they were scared that somebody was in the woods stalking them. Yeah, they had a feeling that they were being stalked by somebody in the woods because they did live by the woods. Yeah, they live by the woods. At least I don't live by the woods, so I'm lucky that I don't live by the woods. Yep, I'm lucky I don't live by the woods. So yeah, the two men were so scared to go back outside the porch. So yeah, the two men dared not to step back outside. They dared not to step outside because of something that's in the woods stalking them and watching them. Yeah, they're being stalked and watched by somebody in the woods. Which is pretty scary if you ask me. But they had no idea who was in the woods stalking them, but the two men did not go back outside because of what they heard in the woods. But they did have a feeling somebody was stalking them while they're sitting on their porch drinking beer. Yeah, they probably were being stalked by somebody in the woods, but the two men dared not to go back outside. Yeah, they did not go back outside because of something that was in the woods. Something was probably in the woods stalking the two men. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that was 5 Stalker horror stories. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, give me a big old thumbs up if you guys did enjoy it. And subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already, so you guys don't miss a new video I post every single week. And happy Labor Day. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Happy Labor Day. And as always, stay creepy. Happy Labor Day and stay creepy.